So let's get started. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Thank you. This is a free money making masterclass part 4. If you haven't watched the part 3, the part 2, make sure you go back to my channel. It's called Success Booster Academy, and I will walk you through all the 3 parts. And this part is about how to do an assisted property sales without using your own money. I'm doing this bit because of Sarah asked me if I could do a video about assisted property sales without using your own money. When I say your own money, it doesn't need to be your money. It can be other people's money, okay? And also you're going to be learning how to make money through what I call deal sourcing and packaging. Do you know about these strategies, Ella? Do you know about the...
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Anything specifically?
I'm familiar with that.
Have you done this specifically, or you haven't done, like, let's say...
No, I haven't done. I'm only at the beginning, so I haven't done anything, but I know the theory.
Okay, no problem. You haven't done... So what about deal sourcing and packaging?
If I've done any deal sourcing?
Yes, that's correct. Have you done any deal sourcing?
No, I just started, so no, I haven't done anything.
Okay. Are you a property investor, a deal sourcer, or a landlord?
Deal sourcer.
A deal source. Okay, I'm a property investor. I invest in portfolios. I buy properties without using my own money. Most of my strategies is using creative strategies like lease option, rent-to-rent, HMOs, to control properties without using cash. Let's say just using the lease option agreements. Okay, that's what is it. Now, if you're not sure about the, as I said, about part 1, part 2, part 3, go back to my channel. I've got the recording. Also, I can put you on the free money making masterclass WhatsApp group in which you can watch the recordings as well. Okay, so let's get started. Welcome, Nina. Welcome, Sarah. I don't know if Sarah...
Good evening, Sam. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Sarah, are you there? No, she seems there is some problem. Right now, we are working very, very hard and long hours, but we're still very frustrated because we're not achieving your goal, isn't it? So we're working harder, long hours, and we're paying more taxes, but we're not getting anywhere. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, the cost of living is going so high. It's too expensive.
Yes, after the COVID-19, things went out of control, and of course we have high living costs, and people are even going to food banks. I've heard of landlords, teachers, a lot of people going to food banks because they cannot afford the living costs. I would say it's more important than ever to learn about creative strategies, about how to get on the property ladder, how to make money without using own money, or even without using your own time. It's all about leveraging. It's all about relationships, building relationships, okay? My question is, are you happy with your progress? Because myself, I am not happy at the moment. I know I can be doing more. I can be helping more people, and I need to be networking with more people. So what about you? Are you happy with your progress, or what do you think you have to do to make sure you speed up your goal of financial freedom?
I'm not really happy because I need to invest more in myself and my knowledge as well. I need to improve my skills more harder. I have to push more.
Push more, yeah, we have to stretch. They say that the growth is when we stretch. If we always stay in our comfortable zone, we're not growing. And if we're not growing, we are not getting better. We're not making more money. It's like we are dying inside. What about you, Ella? What would you say? Are you happy right now, or you think you can do something different to speed up your goals of achieving financial freedom?
Well, that's why I choose to become a property sourcer, but I'm not doing any progress with many other reasons, of course.
Okay, I would say you definitely need to be on my free money making masterclass WhatsApp group, in which I share a lot of tips, videos, and then also we kind of help each other, isn't it? And also I'm a property investor. Sometimes I bring the deal story and I put the money in if you don't have the resources, because most property sourcers, they have no money, or they don't have enough knowledge, and they're not fully compliant. They are very stuck. I know a lot of sources. I used to be a sources. At the moment, I'm looking for actually to buy more portfolio, buy properties without using my own money. But it's about the relationship. It's about working together with landlords and sources, and then be in the middle, and all of us win. So you win, I win, and the landlord win. I say it's a 3W, 3 win, 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 win. Okay. So do you mind me asking, Ella, what do you do for a living?
I'm a mental health therapist.
Oh, that's great. I used to work for NHS a long time ago. When I came to the UK from Portugal, I have to start from the bottom. Some mental health stuff, and also healthcare assistant, things like that. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't my area, but again, when you come to a new country, you have to do whatever it takes, to make some money. Yeah. So thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that.
correct. This is what I've done like 10 years ago. I'm self-employed. I'm doing privately.
Privately. So what is your goal? Is that to achieve financial freedom, or to get 2 houses, 3 houses? What would you say is your goal, Ella?
Well, to become financially independent, of course, and be more involved in property business and have a passive income.
Okay, thank you so much, Ella. That's understandable. I think that's the goal of most people, to achieve financial freedom, not to have to worry about money, things like that. Let me see, Sarah. Sarah, are you there? I think there is some issues with her, but I think later probably she would come back. Okay, let's go.
I can hear you.
Okay, hi,
I'm
Sarah.
listening.
You're listening, yes.
Sparks now.
Yeah, thank you for coming. As you know, it's an interactive event. What about you? What is your goal for this 2024?
Well, I want to have some properties under my hat. So that are I'm hoping to source properties for investors, but I'm also hoping to do some lease options and rents. So, creative strategies, just like you're interested in, and make some money that way, which
Yeah.
I will then invest again.
Of course. Thank you so much. Yes, that's when I got started. I got started as a sourcer. I didn't have much money. I was just trying to, source properties. And actually, my 2 properties, when I came to UK, in less than 2 years, I bought 2 houses. When I say bought 2 houses, I was using this option to control 2 properties without using my own money. And it's called Doncaster, South Yorkshire. So that's how I got started through this option. And then I started doing some sourcing for properties, investors, and then right now my goal is to actually to go into portfolios, buy portfolios and work with sourcers, but only those who understand about creative strategies. That is my goal. So, Sarah, do you mind me asking, are you happy with your progress right now? Or you think you have to do something different?
I am making progress. It's been slower than I anticipated, but maybe because I was not realistic. It's, they say, oh, you just need 2 hours a day and, 4 or 5 times a week, and you'll be able to accomplish lots of things. But it takes a lot more time than that. And it is time intensive, at least to start with. And so now I'm facing reality that it takes a bit more time than what people say. All these gurus out there, and they make it sound like it's very, very simple, but it isn't. It takes perseverance. It's a numbers game. So I would say, but I'm making progress, but it's slower than I had hoped. But I think it's more realistic. I'm certainly better. I'm much more knowledgeable and much more confident than I was this time last year, even though I haven't actually. I've done a refurb on a property, for example, which I would never have, without doing all these courses, I would have been too afraid to do. And I'm in the process of turning that same property into serviced accommodation. Been running up and down like a headless chicken, trying to get things into place. It's so, serviced accommodation is so intense, so involved, and you just have to get every detail correct. So I don't like it, but for now, because of the legislation, it's the only thing that might work for that particular property. So, but yes, I'm still looking for rent to rent, and I'm looking for I don't know. I'm thinking of property up north. Some people have told me don't go up north, but you did that Doncaster. Do you regret Doncaster?
No, I don't. I don't because when I got started, I came from Portugal. It was the way for me to get started in property in the UK. I couldn't get a mortgage. I didn't have a good credit score, so it was the right decision. At the moment, I wouldn't recommend people to invest very far from where they live unless they have a management or a manager who is going to take charge. If you are okay to pay 10% or 12% of your profit to someone to manage your properties up north, because you cannot go every week. It's a bit complicated. Or if you have any other solution, I would say go for it. But I wouldn't recommend it to do that because I used to go to Doncaster every week because I was managing those two properties in the beginning. I can tell you it was very hard. I mean, when I came, my progress was very slow as well. I didn't manage to buy too much properties. But then I realized I was working by myself. I was like a lone wolf. When you work alone, the progress is very slow. But when you go together, you work with people, you network with people, and you invest together, the progress is much faster. So in a space of very short years, I managed to work with a lot of investors, and we managed to buy more properties. But before I couldn't. Thank you. So maybe, Sarah, next week we can do a service accommodation event in which we can get into more details. Let's see. Okay. So let's continue because it was a bit of a lot of engagement. I would say the key thing about this is about doing things differently. If something is not working, we need to change our strategy. Do you agree or not? Yes, just yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so if a lot of people keep doing the same thing, there's a concept they call insanity, doing things the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So if you're doing the same thing, expecting different results, that won't happen. So we need to change our strategy. We need to maybe change our friends, change the people we interact with, because they say that we are the average of 5 people we hang around. So if we hang around with low confidence, people who are struggling financially, people who are not going anywhere, we're going to become the sixth one. So we need to change our circle of influence. Yes, that's correct. Yes. Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. So my goal is to help you achieve your financial freedom goal, and I will do whatever it takes to work together. Even when you don't have money, I can put the money, and we can buy the deal together, and then we can split the profit. That's the goal: is to help each other, and so everybody can win. Win-win is win-win to you and win-win for me. So that, I think, is clear. So are you ready to achieve your financial freedom goal?
Yes.
Yes. Are you committed? Because one thing is to be ready, another thing is to be committed. Because a lot of people say, okay, I put 20 people in this channel before on my WhatsApp channel group, if you like, and they say, oh yes, I'm serious, I want to achieve financial freedom, I want to make more money, and then no engagement, no questions, no interactions. I said, you said you wanted to achieve more money. So a lot of people are serious, but they're not committed. One thing is to be serious, and another thing is to be committed. Committed means doing whatever it takes legally, to achieve your goals. Okay, that's what I think personally. Okay. So again, what is this event about? This event, as I said, is about assisted property sales without using your own money. Also, it's about how to make money through deal sourcing and packaging. Now, Ella said that she's a beginner, so we're going to be talking about these strategies. I know Sarah she knows about these properties. Nina, I think you know a bit by now, isn't it, about assisted property sales and deal sourcing? Is that correct?
Sorry, Sam. Sorry. Can you repeat again? Sorry.
That's what I'm
I
saying
was
is
in the noising
no problem.
zone.
No problem. So we have people in this event with different levels of knowledge. Sarah knows about these strategies. Ella is just getting started. Nina, she already been through the first event, the second event, and the third event, and this is the fourth Money Making Masterclass.
Yeah.
So of course,
Yeah.
I'm asking you, do you remember what is assisted property sales?
Well, I try to do my review. It's too much on my head. It's the first time. I just get more knowledge, more, more knowledge because I didn't know anything about it. Be honest. I just want to be ready to buy property. for myself. It's not for invest for now. So this one is very, very good for me to think ahead. First of all, I want to buy my house for myself, and then I will thinking about to put on the rent or doing that we talking about last week. Buy a house for rent. So, or doing like that bed and breakfast as well, that investment. That's what I'm thinking about after I achieve my goals. I want to do like that investment, buy some rooms and start to invest in properties as well. It's a very good business, but it's very, very hard as well. You really need to be here ready. Otherwise, just put your step on, it's not going to work. You need to be ready mentally, financially, knowledge, all in one packet. Otherwise, if you miss something, you can be in trouble.
Yes, thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, sorry, thank you for that, Nina. This is not easy. A lot of property gurus make it very easy. As Sarah said, this is hard, guys. It's very hard. You need to be around the right people. You need to have a good network. You need to make sure you build good relationship with banks, with people, because these people will help you when you are in trouble. Okay. I didn't get this.
Because everything is include money, money is a big problem in the world. So we can't, everyone need it, but everyone, we need to, is the numbers. And of course we need to make sure we're ready for that.
Yes, thank you, Nina. The question is, we're talking about assisted property sales. So the question is, what is assisted property sales? What is it? I'm going to be asking Sarah, because Sarah, she might know, I would say, a bit better what is this. Sarah, are you there? Otherwise, I can go with Ella. Sarah.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, Sarah.
Yes, Sarah. So what
Hello.
Yes, hello. So what is property sales? What is assisted property sales? In a
Well,
nutshell.
When I'll give an illustration. Let's say a vendor has been struggling to sell their property. Maybe it needs a bit of refurb and it's stuck on the market. So you could come along and offer to help them sell their property. So you're assisting them to sell their property. You would help them uplift the property with refurb. You would pay for the refurb. They would have to leave the house, and then you would now put it on the market. So you would have done your numbers of what you could get if the property was done up to the highest quality of the houses on that street. How much could you get? What would the difference in price be? And then you would do your mathematics and make sure that there's money in it. So you would offer to the landlord, the vendor, and say, look, I can invest some money in your property. We'll do it up nicely. So maybe £10,000, for example, and you sell it at a profit of £20,000. So you give the vendor what they wanted, and you can split the profit between you.
Yes.
After you've taken out your costs.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sarah. I think that was explained beautifully. Any question about that? Any person is confused about what is a property assisted sales? No?
No, not me, because I know what means assisted property sales.
Okay, so let's continue then. So basically, is assisting the seller with the sale of the property and making money.
My question was, so my understanding is that you will put the money in to do up the property, but so how can you make it a no money down?
Yes, that's the one. Yes, that's what I'm going to cover. Sometimes you don't have to put any money down. Now, it doesn't need to be your money. It can be other investors' money. So, for example, let's say you are a property sourcer. You find this good deal, and then you don't want to put any money down, and then you tell me about the property, because I'm a property investor. I can put the money down, okay? And then, of course, so you have a contract now with the landlord, and then you have a contract with me as well. So somehow we're going to split the profit. But in a way, we're gonna make maybe more deals. We're gonna make 2-3 deals, because even though you're having more money, because I'm putting the money and we're splitting the profit, don't forget that you're not putting none of your money. Okay, so that's none of your money. That's one way. But let's continue about this. So there is something I talk about. Let me skip that one. So as Sarah said, you add value to refurbishment. I don't think that any question about that. And because the goal should be to bring the house back to good standard so it can be sold. Okay, I don't think there is nothing to say about that. So okay, there are 3 ways in which you can do a property assisted sales without using your own money. And as I said, the first one is using OPM. Do you know what is OPM?
Other people money?
Money.
Yeah, that's correct. Using other people's money.
Yes.
Before I go through that, so how do you do that? So how can you use other people's money to actually to get started into, let's say, assisted property sales? I said one way, which was to use an investor's money. So
The
what?
investor.
Yes. No.
Basically, you
Find
have to
someone like
find
you,
a
Sam.
deal, then you have to find the investors for that.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm the investor. You see, the good thing about this class, I can be the investor. I have access to capital and also have access to other investors. So, which means if you bring good deal with good return on investment, we can probably make deal, okay, business, okay. So one way is to use investors' money. Sometimes you don't have access to the investor, but again, one investor is in front of you, okay, potential investor. So what else can we do? What else can we do to get started into this strategy without using your own money? What else you think, Ella? Anything else?
Bridging loans?
Maybe bridging loans, yes. What else? Sarah, anything else you think?
I wanted to say sometimes the vendor finance, but in this situation, you can't use vendor finance because they don't have money. So
Yes,
That's why you were doing the assisted sales.
yes. Can you hear me? Yes, you could, but most of the time the sellers, they don't have money to do the refurb, to do the work. So you have to come and put the money. There's another strategy called no money, you do the refurb and you refinance. Okay, is what Sarah was saying. Sometimes you can do seller finance, which means seller is going to finance the deal. Yes, but this is not the case with an assisted sales because the seller does not have the money. Okay, we can talk about that in different scenario, but not in these circumstances. Okay, so we talk about other people's money. So I ask you a couple of ways. I said one way could be investors, which is the investor is going to lend the money to you through a what is called a loan agreement. Okay, and then you can split the profit. I don't know, credit cards from banks. Okay, credit cards is another great way to use to leverage, if you like, other people's money, because you can get like 20,000 pounds, 30,000 pounds. 2 months ago, they gave me 20,000 pounds just to, with 0% transfer fee for 17 months. So which means if you're doing service accommodation, you can buy the equipment and you don't have to pay the money right now. You can pay in the future, which is buy now, pay later. Great way to not to pay or to invest without using your own money. So again, credit card is a great way. So, and then we have family and friends. If you know family and friends who are looking for good returns on their money, of course, you can approach them and propose them a higher interest that they will get from the bank. Let's say from the bank, they're getting maybe 1%. You can offer 3% or 4%, and then they're going to give you the money, and then you will give the money back at the end, okay? And also you can use crowd property. Crowd property is a platform who was founded by Simon Jucci, which means he gives you money. It's kind of a way to raise money for properties if you need money quick. Another one is property elevator, which means you can finance your property deals without using your own money. There you go. You have actually 5 ways to do this strategy without using your own money. And the first way, of course, is using my money or using my investors' money. Okay, if it's a good deal, of course, as I said. What else?
Okay.
Yeah, I admit you, but I don't have any other invitation at this stage. It's Garfield. Yeah, I don't have any.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe they
I
leave.
see.
Okay.
Admit. Okay, I see. Okay, admit everybody. Yeah, there you go. And
Okay.
there you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you very much.
you're welcome. So maybe next week we are running this event every week. You'd like to get into the masterclass, and then you can get the link and come on time. It's usually at 9 o'clock. We do this, okay? And also you have access to the recordings on my YouTube channel. Maybe you can talk about the person who gave you this link, okay? And